Well, hello there, and I do hope you're all well, and I do hope you had a wonderful weekend. Well, following a tumultuous briefing conflict with her own staff, Priti Patel was obliged to release a joint statement with her top official. According to the Mail on Sunday, the Home Secretary privately described her department as not fit for purpose in light of the hundreds of migrants crossing the channel. She's alleged to have pondered writing a letter to the Cabinet Secretary criticising the work of her civil servants in the matter. However, it has been dispatched, and when public servants learned of the letter, well, they retaliated. One individual informed the newspaper she comes into meetings with her suggestions and they are erratic and outlandish. Officials come out of the meeting and the text start flying describing her as a moron and an idiot. Someone else also said what's become clear is that our pretty awful Patel, death penalty loving Home Secretary is out for herself and only interested in how this plays out politically. If we worked collaboratively, then we could get things done, but instead we just have cloud cuckoo land public statements. And someone who clearly isn't a pretty awful Patel fan said basically, she hates us and we all hate her. I think that's pretty categorical, isn't it? Miss Patel was judged to have broken the ministerial code after a bullying investigation, but our self-entitled Etonian prick Alexander Boris DePeffel Johnson overruled it and said she did not. The Home Office and Philip Ruttman, the former permanent secretary who quit after accusing Miss Patel of a vicious and organised briefing campaign, reached an agreement in March, and I get the feeling it was quite a pretty penny, should I say. Sir Philip's replacement, Matthew Rycroft, released a joint statement with the Pritzter herself last night in an attempt to defuse the situation, stating the Home Office is responsible for delivering some of this government's biggest priorities, recruiting 20,000 police officers, ignoring the fact that they've slashed 21,000, but that's minor details, and cutting crime, keeping our country safe from terrorism, and implementing the new plan for immigration. We are both hugely grateful for the hard work of the thousands of public servants who work to do this every single day. While personal and anonymous attacks are regrettable and a very unfortunate part of public life, as joint leaders of the Home Office, we will not let them distract from building a department able to rise to the challenges of today and tomorrow. It comes as Sajid Javid, a cabinet ally, claimed that COVID had made it more difficult to return unsuccessful asylum seekers to their home countries. Not Brexit, then. If the government does not act, more migrants will be able to enter Britain via the English Channel, according to Shadow Home Secretary Nick Thomas Simmons, who claims that there are voters in the Home Secretary's district. Over the weekend, hundreds of individuals, including very young children, completed the perilous channel crossing to the UK. Adults carrying children and others wrapped in blankets were seen arriving on the southeast coast of England on Saturday with the assistance of lifeboat personnel before the winter season officially begins. Hundreds of people are reported to have made the voyage, despite the fact that official figures have yet to be confirmed. So far this year, more than 24,700 migrants have landed in the UK after crossing the channel in small boats, over 3 times the amount expected in 2020. According to a poll conducted by that wonderful, fine upstanding tabloid, the Sunday Telegraph, 55% of the general public and 77% of gammon Conservative voters believe the government's attitude to controlling channel crossings as too soft. Mr. Thomas Simmons charged that Home Secretary Priti Patel had completely failed to address the issue, saying her incompetence on the issue is dangerous. He chastised her for blaming civil servants as well, saying, with the Home Secretary, it's always somebody else's fault rather than taking personal responsibility for her own decisions. I'll buy that for $1. And as you would categorically guess, the Home Office said it would not add anything to the joint statement. Not surprised. Can you imagine it? Excuse me, do you believe your Home Secretary pretty awful death penalty loving Patel is a moron? Well, of course, our death penalty loving immigrant hating Home Secretary isn't a moron, even if she cannot read numbers on a sheet of paper. And we all remember her performance on Question Time, when the death penalty question arose. In Hislop, pulled her knickers around her ankles, so to speak. Sorry for the vision. and so to speak, about bringing it back, then doubled down as the audience were laughing at her, while Ian Hislop was just pulling apart her argument for it, and she carried on the same path, but yeah, she's definitely not a moron, eh? But anyway, I shall leave the video here, and until the next time, I shall bid you farewell, so take care.